Good morning, gamers. It's your boy Tiger. Thank you so much for checking out the video. We're going to be watching the Halo campaign involved gameplay trailer and the official trailer. So let's go check it out. We're getting into it right now. We're getting into the video. We're watching. This is the official trailer right here. I'm super excited about this game. I saw this on release. Make sure this is.
According to
There
the
we
data
go.
in their networks,
That's better.
the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon.
This theme
What
looks,
sort of weapon
looks
is it?
so good
One
already.
with unimaginable power.
Yeah, buddy. The elite that scared us all as kids.
You gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Which, I know they brought back a lot of the original voice actors as much as they could for this, which is awesome. Oh, it looks so good. I'm impartial to the way that the assault rifle sounds. It doesn't have that oomph that it had before. The Warthog looks good.
The Covenant
Hunters
are putting
look
up
good.
a real fight. The cartographer must be.
Oh, okay, the Magnum needs to be fixed. They need to have the original Magnum sound. It needs to have that pop. It's pretty,
Give them hell, Chief.
it's pretty mute. It sounds like you're shooting wooden bullets a little bit. So that's the official trailer. So far from that snapshot, it looks amazing. Again, it looks very Unreal Engine-y, but that's kind of figured that. I love the way the armor looks. Mark V is my favorite armor, period. I love it. I love the way the look of it. It's, for me, the reason why I like CE so much, and I used to always say Halo 2 was my favorite because it's my very first Halo 2 that I've ever, or Halo game I've ever played. I played multiplayer in Forge at my friend's house. So it was the very first game. So Halo 2 has a special place in my heart. Halo Reach was the first Halo game that I officially owned. So that game also has a special place in my heart. But the more that I play Halo, and like lately, these last, I don't know, 2-3 years, I would say, uh, Halo Combat Evolved has a very, very special place in my heart. And it is probably like, again, my opinion of these Halo games constantly change, minus, I would say, Halo 5. Halo 5 did turn me off of Halo. The multiplayer for your 4v4 and that type of stuff. It just sucked. I didn't like Warzone was amazing, and I basically stuck to Warzone because I couldn't handle the 4v4. Just because as soon as you get stuck into one of those places where you play against someone like Mint Blitz or someone in the top 10s who know how spawns react and knows how to basically spawn, camp you and keep you in your spawn and whatever else, and then get a bunch of kills. It just wasn't fun for me. So I stopped playing Halo. Halo Infinite brought me back because well, I don't find there is that a little bit to an extent, but it's nowhere near as bad as Halo 5 was. So Halo Infinite really brought me back into the franchise a little bit, just the way that the gameplay feels. I personally really like it, and know that's an unpopular opinion, but I love Halo Infinite. I really do. It's a ton of fun for me. As much as it is frustrating with its little bugs and stuff like that, it's a ton of fun for me. So, anyways, that's besides the point. Halo campaign involved is campaign only. There's 3 additional missions that they're doing prequel stuff. They talked about expanding the areas. So I know that's to make sure that Sprint actually has a viable thing, because there's going to be modern mechanics in there, which I personally don't hate, especially with it coming to PlayStation. It gives basically a whole new set of players, a whole new set of people who have never played this game, who've always wanted to experience this, but always preferred PlayStation. So I 10 years ago, if you asked me, I would have said, no, Halo's for only Xbox. Suck it up, get an Xbox if you wanted to play Halo. But now we're at this point where I play on PC, and to me, consoles are kind of irrelevant. I think the whole pettiness of the console war is kind of it's just dumb, in my opinion. I know PlayStation still loves to keep their exclusives, and that's annoying, that they don't also share in this whole play everywhere kind of idea and mindset type of thing. But also at the same time, I also understand they got to run a business. And I mean, every corporation, every CEO of every company is greedy as heck, and they're just trying to make as much bang for their buck as they possibly can. So, but I think it's necessary to have modern mechanics in this Halo. It's more than just a remaster. I guess it is a remaster, but like, I never cared for Halo CE Anniversary. I always liked the original over Anniversary. I like the graphics, sure they're prettied up whenever else. I hate I hate the reskin suit of Halo, the Chiefs suit in the Anniversary. I just think the visor and the helmet looks weird. It doesn't look right. Um, I don't know. I just have a problem with just the aesthetic of the updated graphics for it a little bit. It just, some things just look really weird and it irks me a little bit, but like some things look fantastic, some things don't. Whatever, that's what you get when it comes to that type of stuff. But anyways, we're gonna go into the gameplay trailer. It's looking great. I know they added a fourth seat on the Warthog, so when you're playing 4-player split screen, you can bring everybody along, which I think that's great.
The cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center.
Again, original voice line, or well, they had people come in to record the voice lines. I don't know if they got everybody, but I know they tried to get as much as they can, at least so they said. It looks fantastic. Hey! And this is why there's a crashed Pelican on the other side of the map. The one thing I'm super excited for is... The one thing I am excited for is the prequel missions, just because of the books. I have started reading those lately. I guess I'm not really reading, but listening to them on Spotify, going through the whatever the digital audiobooks, because I can't sit down and read a book to save my life. I get way too distracted. I can't do it, but I'm hoping to see some of the book elements in those prequel missions. So, oh, we have a buffer. I'm hoping to see some of the the prequel stuff, like stuff that happens in the books and whatever else, and kind of the stuff as they're leading up into the Halo ring and whatever else, because they do come from Reach to here. So, which, I mean, there's kind of technically a weird thing for it, because like in Halo Reach, they come pick up Cortana and then send it forward into Halo CE, or like the Halo ring or whatever else. There's that whole ship battle that happens and takes place, where they're basically running away. They make a jump and then they get found and spotted once they get to the ring and blah blah blah. So, and that's obviously the Arbiter chasing him all the way through. But why are we buffering? There we go. But yeah. Yes, the assault rifle just... It sounds good, but it needs a little more pop on it a little bit. Like, it needs to sound like it hits heavier. And this just sounds like the sidekick, but they need to bring back the actual Magnum noise. See, that looks good. I like the shiveriness in the Jackal's shields. The HUD looks great. Love the HUD. I like the...
Area secure.
I mean, the Magnum does look fantastic. It just doesn't sound right. It needs to be fixed. Which, again, it looks phenomenal. The water looks good. The trees and the cliff sides, the rocks is good. I love the little vapor things around the fire. I mean, it could be a little bit cleaned up a little bit because it's a little staticky and jittery. But, like, I love the heat entrails coming off of the fire. Like, that looks good. The Warthog looks fantastic. Look at all the HUD and all the stuff in the inside.
We were right. It's on this island. I've marked the entrance with a nav point.
That back bumper there apparently is going to be where somebody sits. So the 4-player combat, so you can play everybody along. So you're not leaving people behind, which is nice. I'm sure they just would have spawned 2 Warthogs, but I think it's kind of neat if you want to do the experience of doing it with 1 Warthog. Warthog sounds pretty good. Again, it doesn't sound as boomy as it did before, but I wonder if that's just because the assets they're using is different, but it still sounds good. Yeah, the foliage looks good, the trees look good.
Cliff wall.
It's pretty smooth for the most part.
Somewhere inside that facility.
I'm wondering
Have
what,
to get in there and stop them before
just
they
because
learn
it
the
is
location of
under
the control
Unreal,
center.
I'm wondering what kind of PC thing you need to have. I mean, as someone who likes PC, I love to run things at least at 144, but just the way games are right now and the PC that I have built, I know it's becoming less and less possible. And the nice thing that this is also a campaign, so that's not really, there's no multiplayer other than the split screen for the stuff, so it's not really a big issue if it's between that, as long as it's above 60, so. Man, the way that illuminates in the hallway looks good, geometry looks good.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here. My analysis
Needle looks good.
indicates that the map room should be at the
The
bottom
textures
floor
on
of
it
this
look good, the
facility.
needles look,
Let's keep going inside.
needles look
Don't let them lock
fantastic.
the doors.
I love the actual HUD on it for the needler. That's nice. Instead of just counting the needles that you have left in your gun, it's actually got an indicator for it. That's kind of nice.
Interesting.
I can't say I really paid too much
underestimated
attention to the
Covenant's
needler
understanding of Halo's subsystems.
in,
We need to find the security override to get this door open.
I can't really say I paid attention too much to the needler in other games, but I don't think they had that indicator on there, so that's kind of nice.
Have you found the control center?
And I'm pretty sure they
The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this.
I'm sure they just copy and pasted the voice lines over from it, because that still sounds like the original one, so I don't think they came back and got them back in, but it'd be cool if they did.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be
So,
out of
I've already seen a lot of this. I want to get to the hunters here. The one issue I had with the hunters in Halo Infinite and Halo 5 is that they didn't have their true movement that they had anymore. Where they kind of like whomp and then they slash. Oh man, they took those out really fast. Oh, we're gonna buffer again. So, like, I used to love fighting the hunters a little bit just because they used to be a little bit derpy. If you get close enough to them and you kind of just spin around where they're tucked in their shields, they kind of just like spin around you a little bit, and then you can just melee the back of them. And I love that, to be honest. When Halo 5 came out and they changed the way that the hunter's movement works, it really ticked me off because it was harder to do that. You couldn't really do that anymore. And Halo Infinite, it's kind of the same way. They kind of mimic the movement of Halo 5. So I hope that the hunters' movement is the same as they were in the first 3 Halo games, and I guess Halo Reach, where you can kind of just get up behind them. And you can kind of, if you kind of like, oh, I used to call it the Hunter Tango, because you would just spin around with them, dance with them, and then you just melee their backside. And it works. It works so good. Like, the odd time they might stop and whatever else, or they might slash, and either that pushes you back, or if you're playing Legendary, if they get the good slam on you, it would kill you. But 9 times out of 10, you could totally do it, and I personally I prefer that hunter movement stuff and then they took it out in Halo 5 and it really annoyed me. But so from what I've seen, it looks like the hunter movement's back. I know they talked about bringing all 3 games, Halo 1 through 3's flood movement in the game to make it different, so that'll be cool if that actually is true.
Area secure.
But yeah, this game looks phenomenal. I'm super excited for it. Again, sprints in the game, which I know a lot of people aren't going to be annoyed at that. But they did talk about widening and expanding the encounters and the areas and stuff like that a little bit, while still trying to make it true to the original game. So how successful they are at that, well, I guess we'll see when the game comes out. But I don't know. This is basically like the CE remake or whatever, refresh or whatever you want to call it, that I've always wanted. Because like I said, I never really cared about Anniversary that terribly much. I always prefer the original graphics before. Oh, please, we're gonna get to the elite. I know they added some extra stuff to it as well. You can pick up the energy sword, there's a needle rifle, there's a VR in this game. Fear Rod Cannon, which, so a bunch of this stuff is stuff that they had that you couldn't pick up, i.e. the energy sword and the Fear Rod Cannon, which will be nice to have that in the sandbox, actually be able to pick that up. That'll be a lot of fun. But like, I could totally 100% see myself having a lot of fun in this. For sure.
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system.
Yes. I want to see us get to the elite. Like, cutscenes look good. There we go. Heyo. Again, it's got the it's very similar graphics to
that leads into the main shaft.
Halo Infinite, which is fine. I like Halo Infinite's art style. A lot of people complain that it's too plasticky.
Let's head back down the beach.
But like,
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire!
ooh, invisibles.
Enemy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Ooh, I like that it's like old school things where you can still see like the shadowing of the active camo. It's not like the current ones where it's just like the motion blur you see. That one, from what I saw there, the way that the light it interacted with the lights and you could see the shadowing.
Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons.
Of the active
After
camo.
I saw we were up against hunters,
Hey.
I thought you could use them.
They also said they're adding more skulls to it as well. So Lasso is going to be a pain in the butt, which will be... Lasso was always a pain in the butt for this. Done it twice, and both times it was hell. Absolute hell. I think the first time it took me like, I would say probably close to a year to actually fully do it. It was pain. So much pain. I spent hours upon hours trying to get this stupid, through these stupid missions, especially like later on when you start fighting the flood. Like I think the library I think I spent forever on, just because I couldn't figure out, because the wave in that almost seemed endless in the library, so it was just so hard to survive and keep the ammunition up and kind of go through it all without dying. And of course there's speedrunner tricks and that different types of stuff, but I didn't know that back then when I was doing that. So it was, yeah, I probably spent months on the library alone trying to beat it. Oh, it was so frustrating. So frustrating. Gosh, this game looks good. Like, this island looks like an island I would want to travel to and vacation at. I don't like the ocean. I'm not a big fan of the ocean. I hate the ocean. But I would love to just chill by that water side and just, you know, chill. All right, I want to see this get to the... Damn. Rocket looked good. I gotta say though, they added a lot of oomph and a lot of punch on this rocket, which is funny because everything else I'm complaining about having not enough pop on it. But that rocket sound, it's got that, that one sounds more punchier. Alright, let me see the elite. I want to see this energy sword. It's the one thing that we all wanted so bad in Halo CE. Yeah, this cutscene looks so good. Oh, and I love the way this armor is. Like this is how I wanted Anniversary, the CE armor, the Mark V to look. That's what I wanted it to look like, but... A long way down, Chief! What you gonna do about it? Oh, it doesn't give us the actual... okay. Okay, well, alright, there you have it. So, again, I'm super excited for this. I know a lot of people, a lot of Halo haters aren't going to be like, woo, another say, like... They're working on other games as well. This is, I think, was something for them to kind of filler and try and branch out to the new consoles and whatever else to try and refresh The thing, so I'm from what I saw during the Halo stuff, the Halo stream for it for the World Championship. I think they're trying to do their best to make this true to the original CE game as best as they can. With trying to make it also better, right? Like, so expanding the thing, extra missions, extra sandbox items, you know, bigger encounters, more worldly encounters, more to explore, that type of stuff is what they talked about. So as long as they stay true to that, I think this will be a banger of a campaign game. And I know a lot of people are complaining that, hey, no multiplayer, whatever else. I'm like, a good Halo game doesn't need to have multiplayer. Just think about this for a minute. Like Halo 3 ODST, I know it had Firefight, but like it it just jumped off the Halo 3 multiplayer. And Halo 3 ODST is a phenomenal game. It doesn't if you don't need to have every iteration of Halo doesn't need to have multiplayer. It really doesn't, in my opinion. I really like Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I think that Halo Infinite's multiplayer, if they continue with the live service stuff that they have been doing and bringing in new stuff every month, I think it'll survive until then. But they have to bring new stuff to the table. They have to bring, you know, a couple more new weapons, another two new couple new things, whatever else, even if they have a really small team working on it. Like, I don't know how long it takes to program a gun, but I think if they still had a small team working on the live service, bringing a couple more weapons, maybe a new vehicle, whatever else, if they can, um, I think Halo Infinite's multiplayer will survive personally. And again, because that's just my opinion. I really like it. I still play it basically every day, despite the things that annoy me with it. But I still personally really like the way the movement is and whatever else. So it doesn't. It not every Halo iteration needs a multiplayer. Um, I think this will be fun. I think I can spend countless hours in this to this day, probably replaying the campaign for like that, playing it with friends, play it solo for once, then I'll play it with my friends again, and then I'll probably play it again depending on what it is. Because like coming down to it now, think the original Halo CE campaign, I think other than Reach, is the most replayed campaign that I have played, and I'm not counting Reach because Reach was the only game I had for a while, and I played that endlessly when I got it. So I think now, as over time, whatever else, I think if I'm going to play a Halo campaign, I always gravitate to Combat Evolve. Um, and again, that's just because it's just as I'm growing up, that one has become really special for me, and I really just gravitate to it all the time. So I'm super duper excited about this. I'm going into this with like a lot of copium and a lot of faith and a lot of stuff that a lot of other people don't have, and I understand that. So it's for me, I'm excited about it, and I hope they deliver with this, because we do need a W for sure. So for the fan base, and I'm super excited to see who it brings to the table, the next generation. That's another part about this that's huge. It gives another chance for the next generation, the kids that are on Fortnite and whatever else, to actually like get into it, right? Play it, become Halo fans, become obsessed with the and loyal to the franchise like myself and so many of you others are. So again, I'm super super excited for this. As I am for most Halo games, I like to live with optimism, and if it sucks, then it sucks. But I really prefer to live with optimism just because it's a much better way to live, to be honest, in my opinion. So I always hope for the best, prepare for the worst kind of situation when I deal with problems and situations like this. And from what I've seen, I'm going to love it if they polish this all up, make it look good, do exactly what they're promising. I think it'll be good. So, but that's my take. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. Again, leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'd like to read them. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the next one.